Final decision of faith. You will be faced with the decision to confess for me or to deny me, and this will be the prelude to a battle of faith such as has never been waged. For it is the last work of my adversary that he will try to oust me completely from the hearts of men, because he believes to be able to overthrow me in order to then take over the reign himself. And since this fight will be waged using the most brutal means of coercion, since it is not a matter of a free decision of will which in no way uses threats or promises as weapons, this is an overstepping of my adversary's power. It is an open action against me, with which my adversary pronounces judgment on himself, that he is bound so that he can no longer exert any influence on people. But for people it is doubly difficult. Not only that, by this decision those will be who are not yet quite clear in their inner being, or to whom the denial of myself means nothing more, but also the people who stand by me and want to fully confess me are put into a difficult situation by coercive measures, so that they really have to endure a difficult inner struggle to confess me in a struggle in order to be able to prove their loyalty to me. For they have to completely finish with earthly life even if it still remains physically for them. They have to give up everything they possess, and will live a meager existence as disenfranchised and meager existence. And this is the time of which it is written, I shorten the days, lest the elect yet falter. They will only need to suffer for a very short time and will be so extraordinarily strengthened by me even during this time that they will not regret their decision, but inwardly rejoice and exult because of the certainty of my love, power and glory. And they faithfully await the day of their salvation. Only who consciously closes with the world and only expects my coming, he will be an overcomer and will be able to enter the paradise of the new earth. And I know my own, I know who is capable of surviving this time of terror for the believers and withstanding the last rage of Satan on this earth. Nevertheless, I call the attention of all people to this. Nevertheless, I draw all people's attention to it, for the weak can still be educated to become strong believers, because only a firm will is necessary to also receive the strength to confess my name before the world. Who still keeps the bond to the world too strong, who still maintains the bond with the world too strongly, who still stands in the midst of the world and is unable to detach himself from it, succumbs to the measures which are enacted in order to break the will of my own. And he can call himself blessed if I snatch him from the midst of life and spare him the fall into the deep. But this decision must be demanded beforehand so that Satan can also finish his game, so that he exposes himself, that his action is open fight against me myself. For limits are set for him which he may not, but he does not observe them, and therefore he will be put in chains again. Afterwards, however, mankind will also enter a state of peace and bliss on the new earth. For it can no longer be displaced by the enemy of their souls. And therefore a redemption period comes to an end and a new one begins again, as it is intended since eternity. Much is demanded of you humans in the time of this faith struggle, but it also bears the highest to those who pass it. And you humans can pass it, if you only unite yourselves firmly and intimately with me beforehand. If you have the earnest, you have the sincere will to become to remain mine for all eternity. Then I will never let you fall into his hands, then I will supply you with strength, and in greatest need I will also be with you myself. And those will be able to see me who need unusual strength, and they will stand firm until the day dawns when I myself come to save my own and fetch them into a kingdom of peace. When the time is fulfilled and the end of this earth has come. Amen.